Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Tell Me Everything, and the key was provided by developer. I'm just checking if it's recording. Yes, it is. So the game doesn't have any resolution settings. I used Alt Enter combination to put it into window mode, so it's easier for me to check if it's recording correctly. Music is okay, but I can't really read well if I hear music, so I just switched it off. And sound effects are completely pointless because they will make the characters just talk gibberish while you read all the time, and it's very annoying unless you want it. But I couldn't focus completely. The game is very much about reading. It's a puzzle game based on words, and it's also a criminal mystery. Very basic settings, very basic presentation, but very interesting idea. I'm actually for this game quite a lot. I am by my job, I am a linguist. I'm an English teacher actually, which is funny because I talk bad English, but I am. So I had some linguistics in my studies. So I can say that this game for learning language is very good. It's very helpful if it doesn't have mistakes, and that is another story because um, I'm not that much professional to check it. I'm not entirely sure if it's proper English every time. So I can see that it helps because you can, generally speaking, build sentences, and if you make a sentence that makes sense, it's gonna tell you, it's gonna just progress you. And if you just talk gibberish, it's gonna tell you that, well, I don't know what you're saying, that just doesn't make sense. So it definitely helps on some level, but I'm not sure how many bugs there might be or mistakes. Maybe there are none, but I wasn't too good at grammar, so I'm not gonna say if the game is just perfect or not. I can say that it's helpful. It's definitely helpful. So maybe let's start. Also, I put sentence hints on. I just can't imagine playing without it because it's just gonna be tons more trial and error. It is trial and error. It's sort of looking for a sequence, so it would make it much worse. So no sound, no music. Music you can leave, but I don't. Sound is annoying. Sentence hints I think are helpful, and that's all the settings you have. I'm not sure how it's gonna record. I hope it's proper because I can't really do much with the window. I think I could make it slightly smaller, but I don't think there's any point to do it. Let's just check once more if it's recording correctly. Yeah, I guess it is. So we have to start. Let's start a new case. I'm not sure how they are different, so I'm gonna just go to one of them. Not sure how many there are. There are, as you can see, there are variations of them. So as you can see, graphics are kind of like Friday the 13th. You just see faces, some block-headed faces, block-headed people on close-up, and that's all you get. Alright, they explaining everything, so I'm just gonna try to go through the yeah. You can say banana or okay. They want us to say okay because it makes sense, right? So we say okay, then they're gonna talk a lot. I'm gonna skip it. You can pause it because otherwise it's gonna be extremely long. I'm not gonna finish a case because that's just way too long. I just want to show you the gameplay. However, this is all just, oh, you see, you have to say something. You could say Klatu Barada Nikto, which is of course from Army of Darkness. I understand would make sense. Let's see, if I go I can go understand. See, this is the highlight. So at this moment it makes sense because what if I say just I makes sense, Klatu doesn't. I could say that, but I don't know if that's gonna lead us anywhere. You are making no sense. See, asking silly stuff, broken sentences, and so on. So we have to go back and do the same. See, this goes back. They are forcing you with tutorial to make it properly, right? So of course this was a reference. It was proper reference, by the way. I know the movie. It's a good movie. I should work. I guess this is a slang from what I know. You can of course say that I'm saying nonsense because purple understand makes no sense, of course. I don't know why it's highlighted. If you say this, probably it makes no sense. So why is it highlighted? No idea. Shouldn't be. This should work. Of course, proper is I understand, right? That will be English. Let's see if I works. You call that a sentence. Well, that, caramba. Yeah, that's probably. Ah, I don't know. Is that something else? Yeah, it's the same stuff. Maybe there was also a reference. Ay caramba, I'm not sure what it is. It's probably some Mexican talk from a movie. Maybe it was a joke. I don't know. I don't get all of that. I don't get all the reference. I understand. So yeah, we go with English. And the case is gonna be much worse. So basically, someone was killed in the antique store. I'm not good at those, by the way. I don't read criminals. I don't play criminals. I played Sherlock Holmes 20 years ago or more. Okay, so around 8 he was killed, right? Someone killed him. There is a dove feather on his forehead, silver coins on his eyes. No known enemies, 3 suspects. Okay, they have breaking points. Stop being okay. So I guess it shouldn't go up, right? Uh, who are the suspects? No, okay, makes sense. Okay, there's 3 people, right? So there is Mr. Red, there is Mrs. Blue, she was a customer, and there is a doctor who lives in the same house, kinda. And he was in the theater, or he says so. I don't know. Now we have to somehow make it into a sensible, riddle and guess who is the killer. I'm just gonna talk to each of them a little bit because this just drags on for a long time, and I don't want to make it too long. Also, it's not a guide really because I have no idea how to beat the case. So I'm just gonna talk to each of them a little bit, and I guess that will be enough to just show the gameplay because from what I understand, that's the gameplay. Also, I have no idea how many cases there are. There are 2 versions of one case. Maybe then you can unlock the last one. I don't know if there are more cases. So hard to say how long is the game. I can't beat this one case, so I'm stuck. But the idea is okay. The whole linguistic part is nice. It's good as a puzzle. It's good as a linguistic help to learn language. Not sure if it's good as a game, but that's another story. So let's just see how it goes. So that's the lady, right? I have to just skip it. And now you have to basically what I wanted to tell you about this whole sequencing, right? You have to go trial and error and just make sequences. So let's say we start with where. Where doesn't work with anything, right? So we go back. Then we go with what. And you have to guess what works, but you don't have to yet say it. You have to just go again. It's a branching sequence. So from what we go to is. What is your name? You can say it. Okay, she's blue because she's called blue. I don't know if that's it. Okay, so we can ask another thing. What can I call? Makes no sense. So we go back. I guess we can use backspace for that, right? So then again, we go with what was your name? Makes no sense. Go back. And that's how you play, basically. That's the kind of problem, because from what I understand, you have to go like this until you generally find a keyword and beat the case. But the problem is it takes a long time. You might, of course, like it. You might like the reading and the guessing, but it's kinda grindy, I would say. It's that's the feeling. Like you have to basically check all the options. It's like breaking a puzzle where you have combinations on lock. You just check every single option. You could basically write it down in a mathematical way and just count how many options there are, right? So from where it branches into this, then you go back. It's like 0 result. Where is your? This makes sense. Where is your home? I could ask it, of course. All right. She lives somewhere. Didn't unlock anything, right? It did nothing. She's not angered or anything. So we can again ask where did. Makes no sense. We go back. Where do. Makes no sense. Go back. So are. No sense. Did. No sense. Why. Let's go to why. Why was your name in his. Oh, this makes sense. This is actually a question for the case because that's what we heard. Right, new words. Antiques. Okay. So we progressed, right? Now we would have to ask about antiques somehow. Also there is kind. Maybe what kind? What kind of antiques? What kind of antiques? This makes sense. Did. No, 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 no. Do. Okay, let's just go with this. What kind of antiques? Yes. That's not enough. Well, I would say that was. What kind of antiques? What were they? Was it a clock? Was there something else? A box? A weapon? Right. So we go back. Happened? What happened to your antiques? I don't know. Not very English. Kinda, but well, this works, right? Right. What happened to your antiques? Maybe it is grammatical. I guess maybe. I don't even remember what was the question. What, I guess it was what happened to your antiques, which would be grammatical, I guess. Let's check it once more. Do you have what? What happened to your... Yeah, kinda. That's okay. Let's go back. What about kind? What kind? Maybe this didn't work because we need something else. Do you or do someone or do they? There's a lacking word, so we can't say it. It's kind of limited. At the same time, it's very branching, so it's very hard to guess, I would say. What if we resign from what and go like... can we start with we? We found your name. Oh, that we know, that we asked about. It's the same question, but rephrased. Where? I don't know. Okay, let's go to another person, because I'm not sure what I should do here. Maybe I should do something. I just don't know. I would be guessing and dragging the video for a long time, but I don't want to. So that's the doctor. Notice any special antiques in... Well, this won't work. Let's see if this works. No, that's not a sentence. You need to add something. So probably you have to again go with the how, what questions. How many apples? No. A day keeps the doctor away. You can say it, but it makes no sense. What theater? Where? Makes no sense. Maybe when? Where? I can say when for some reason. I can say where. Where? Also can't do it. I don't know why when doesn't exist. Maybe did? No. Maybe how? How are how many? How are? Oh, no. Maybe with is. Is Mrs. Blue sick? Well, that's a question. No question mark, but it's a sentence. And I don't think I would if she asked. Okay. Oh, she won't tell me. He won't tell me. And she won't tell me probably as well. Let's go with tell me about. No. Go back. How many? No. We were there already. Maybe what kind of doctor? Nah, are you? But it doesn't work. I tried it before. So what did... What is? What is? What is your job? I tried it as well. What did... whatever. Doesn't work. I'm stuck. Can... Of course, this leads nowhere. Let's just talk to one more guy. And then we finish. And I will maybe sum up. But basically I think I told you already what I think about it. When did you drive away? That's just... Oh, new words. Grandfather clock. And he just basically disappeared from the place, or that's what he says. Maybe what kind of car do you drive. Probably this is not gonna. Oh, actually, there's a word. Loud noise. So there was some loud noise. Maybe he's lying. Like he should make a loud noise with a car, but if he didn't drive away, that there wouldn't be any noise, right? So let's ask her about the noise if we can. Maybe tell me about. I can't. Loud noise. Is there noise? What on earth? Yeah. See, this doesn't work. It's kinda there, but it's not. Who is your grandfather? Because it was about grandfather's clock. I don't know exactly why they say grandfather, because for this guy, he wouldn't be grandfather, he would be just a stranger, so it's weird. I think it's, see, now it's blocked. This is very weird. It's like, at this point I can't do anything. Let's see if we can re-click her, like this. Can we? No, it's still going. What if I click her now? She's stuck, I guess. She's like angry, but see, this is like broken. She's broken now. We can't talk to her for some reason, but she's not like angry or anything. So I don't know, what is this, a bug or what? Hard to say. Dr. Green, maybe he knew about the noise. Did you notice? Maybe did you notice a noise? No, we can't say it because it's limited. How many? No, it won't work. Where there loud noise? Where did? No. Probably I don't have the proper sequence. I lack something. I didn't talk to someone. Like, tell me about noise. Can I say it? No. Of course not. So it is limited. If you go the right way, it makes sense. If you don't, you're stuck. And I don't know why this lady is stuck. I don't know. It doesn't say anything. She should be like angered or blocked, or just I'm not gonna talk to you or something. She looks bugged. I don't know if she's bugged. Maybe not. Noise. I would like to ask about noise. What noise? What kind? What time? What time did you leave? Alright. But you can't ask them about the noise for some reason. And also it did nothing. I don't know. Okay, let's go to the constable and finish. And we'll basically fail because I have no idea who did what. I'm gonna, I think last I tried the lady, so I'm gonna go with the guy. Torture, Mr. Red. What? Of course not. Damn it. You can do it. It's like a joke, but you know, it doesn't work. You can just force anybody to talk. So let's just go with arrest. Arrest Mr. Red. Maybe it was him. Maybe he didn't drive away and he killed him for whatever reason. Basically, they're gonna tell you that you have no evidence, I guess. You are aware. Yes, I am aware. Evidence. Near the scene. Nothing links. Not guilty. And yeah. This time it didn't say that the actual murderer escaped, so maybe he was a murderer, but we had no reason to say that he was a murderer. Okay, guys. So quite a weird game. Not sure if it's completely properly running, if it's not running into bugs because this lady was broken, sort of, and didn't have any words to say for some reason. I don't know if this is a bug or is it intended. And the grammatical part, linguistic part, it looks okay. It actually looks okay because if you make a sentence that is accepted by the game, it's usually grammatical sentence. It doesn't have the question marks or anything like it, or any, you know, signs like that, exclamation or anything, or periods. But generally the game understands grammar, but it's hard to actually find a sequence that will be accepted because you might miss the proper sequence, miss the proper word, because you would have to basically go by the book. You would have to go from word to word and then build another sentence. If you don't know how, it's all trial and error and just sequencing the result, which takes a very, very long time. But I like the idea. I like the idea. I don't like the presentation. It's helpful to learn language, definitely, and it might be a good game if you like criminal, I would say, mysteries. Because there isn't that many games. I only know about Sherlock Holmes, like the old one. Probably there were other games about Sherlock Holmes. I guess there were, and maybe there are other similar ones. Something like I know there's this one game Noir. I'm not sure. LA Noir, I guess, and maybe it's kind of similar, but I know it also has some shooting sequences and also car chases. So I'm not sure if there's many clear games about this, about just solving crimes. There was one series of games where you were doing the all the technical job, like comparing blood samples and stuff like that. There was a whole series of games like that, also about criminal mysteries. But I wouldn't say the genre is very vast, and especially if it's very much like literature, if it's just a talking dialogue and everything is in text. There are basically games about crime out there, but about crime mysteries, but not necessarily in this way, in this form. So it's quite unique and quite well done, I would say, if it comes to just talking to the suspects. Not sure how big it is. It might be just two cases. It might be more. I don't know if they unlock if you win. I never won any case, so I don't know if this unlocks anything. How many points? I would give it 7 out of 10, but you have to be aware what you're buying. This is just a puzzle, a text-based puzzle about crime mysteries in very basic form. So if you accept all that, you can have fun with the writing and with the guessing and like unwinding the whole knotted mystery. Just going from no information to some information to some clues. But yeah, it's gonna take a long time, which might be good. It depends, right? If you're trying to make a review, it's not really good because you're just spinning your wheels in one place and getting nowhere and getting frustrated, and time goes by and you are nowhere. But if you really want to just sit with a coffee and have some reading and have some guessing and try to think, then yes, you can spend some time here. I just hope the game is big, not just you burn through one case and that's it, and then another iteration of the same case and that's it. I hope there's more cases, and I would definitely prefer it to look better. But whatever, it's indie game and probably they don't have any budget, so it's very basic. But it's not needed for that. It's not needed to just build sentences and read text. You don't need graphics. Basically, you need no graphics. Actually, the menu looks much better than the game, and it's quite unnecessary because you're kind of like a detective, but you're just seeing text. So you're like a blind detective. You basically see almost nothing. Like you barely see the outlines of the suspect's face, and that's it. It's not like looking at the actual emotions, which is probably the strong part of LA Noire. I never got LA Noire. I just read about it, so it's hard to say. Also, it's not like Sherlock Holmes. It's not point-and-click adventure. It's a text-based puzzle, so different genre completely. But everything is around crime and mystery. If you like that, if you like the job of policeman, want to see how it is to talk to people and go sift through tons of unnecessary data, that then you can see it here. So positive review, but you have to be aware what you're buying. I wouldn't say the game's awesome. I'm gonna play it. I am saying that the idea is good. It's well done linguistically, at least from what I can see so far. Maybe there are mistakes, probably there are, but I didn't see any. I just don't get why this lady broke. Sort of. Maybe she didn't. That was strange. Looked like a bug. But you can just go through the gaming loop. You can build sentences and unlock words, and that's what the game is about. So it's doing what it should be doing properly. So why 2 points out of basic? Well, I would just say it's a good. It's well done as a puzzle. That we can say because it works. Well, mostly. You can still talk to at least 2 people, even if one is stuck, and maybe she's supposed to be stuck. It's just hard to say. But you can generally talk to people and unlock words, so it does work as a puzzle. And the other is for just the idea, the general idea, and for also for the fact that it's helping in learning language. So kinda educational and properly done puzzle. And of course, I am very lenient to puzzles because they don't need many effects or graphics or anything like it. They work if they do what they are supposed to do, and they do basically one thing. You are sequencing words. That's all, and you can do it. So 7 out of 10. Tell me everything. Puzzle crime mystery game with very basic presentation. That would be it for the review, and I will see you guys in the next one.